Hello, hello, hello. It is me, Vogel. I haven't seen you for so long. And now we are in Herbst, autumn, October, as you two once sang about, you know, in days gone by. It is beautiful. I love this time of year. You know, mine favourite Jahreszeit, my favourite season. So, heading for lockdown again, yeah? Lockdown number 2. The paper to wipe asses is disappearing, schnell, yes, mein Gott. And what have we learned? What have we learned since last time? You know, that people who can't go abroad for a holiday cluster around the coastlines of Britain like flies on a shit pie, yeah? Yeah, that's true. And that the arts and the entertainments, of course, the industry I am very, very with, you know, my passion, is kaput. Rishi Sunak says it is not viable. I am not viable. Now there's a good word, yeah, viable. Unbelievable, unglaublich, coming from a government that has not produced one viable solution to the problems we have due to COVID, you know. But yes, of course, natürlich, they're doing the best they can, according to many of the people with no brains to think. Don't worry, oven-ready breakfast, Brexit is coming, yeah. I'd rather be waiting for a visit from Krampus than getting the shit in a bag present of Brexit for 2021. What a terrible thing to leave for our children and our grandchildren. But of course, you know, you've got to remember Boris. How can poor Boris live on his meagre salary with all his children he has to look after, and his wives, and all his future wives, and all his little flings? And I wonder, yeah, and I think the Queen too, all that dog meat to buy and big houses, you know, to clean and polish, yeah? So terrible for the poor old lady. Oh God, while Mrs. Smith of Bolton goes hungry and cannot switch on her electric fire or afford a TV licence and can't get a doctor to come and see about her leg ulcers, it is beyond hell. It is hell with knobs on, yeah? Why do these people in power, who do they think they are? God, angels, they are devils, beings of wisdom, 9. They are little people made from cells and blood and bone and skin, and their plastic brains have stopped at 20 years old, and they cannot see further than the money pot at the end of the rainbow. The apocalypse is coming. Anyway, on a different note, it is time to remember all those who have gone, all those who have died, who have gone before us this year. Remember the dead. Remember the dead. And I'm going to read you something I wrote when I was away. I went on a little sojourn in the cabin in the woods. I call it, it was more like a convalescence. I needed to get away from the world, and that's very hard these days, you know. It was full of people, but I managed to find a little spot on the beach. And I wrote this piece, and it's going to be a song. It's going to be a song on the next Babel piece, and it's called Going Home. Rushing wind pins me down to the ground. Fleeting wings of rooks skid by. The creak of door on rusty latch, and seagulls breezing way up high. No 2 mornings are twins here. No 2 moons shine the same here. It is all a different time, a special shape of autumn that only shows itself to quiet eyes. No 10-second edit or flashing picture. A slow drifting gaze that sorts out the mixture of heavenly systems at 3 a.m. No light from below to soil the hem of blackest overview stretching out to sea, where seagulls lift and lift in flight, where seascapes hold the dazzling might of scores of lives so small and shaped, and ships cut through a foreign map between the banks and rocky traps never will come and never will go before the secrets held below. Surface the wet wilderness, shock-headed shining, belted up, the ropes are whining, empty ships and empty shores, shake the humans to their cause. Why do they come? They keep returning. What is the lesson they are learning? Retarded growth, a split chromosome, a star-bright path to glorious home. Guten Abend, meine Freunde.